What is going on, Cosmic Crew? Welcome to the channel. Man, these Avengers Doomsday leaks are getting pretty crazy. Now, I say leaks in quotes because we live in such a weird time right now. It's really hard to tell what's real and what's AI, but I've gotten your messages this morning. Yes, I've seen the new leaked images, and here's the deal. I do think some are real, but I also think some are fake. And I think there's a pretty easy explanation for that. I think some just happen to be regular leaked photos, like always happens for all the Marvel movies we get, right? If you think back to Infinity War and Endgame, we got leaked photos from the set and also promotional photos. They were leaked. This is just something that happens. But now we live in the time of AI, and I think some people took the real ones and kind of just copied the design and made some fake ones, whether that's to troll or whether that's Marvel Studios intentionally trying to do all of this, which I totally believe that it could be. I don't put it past them at all. Either way, I think some are real, some are fake, and I'll explain which ones in this video. But man, if the Doom one is real with the scar on his face and then the look at his costume now, oof, it looks pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. Now, I'll start off by saying I think the original ones we talked about the other day, I do believe those are real. I could be wrong, right? Full disclosure. We don't really have any way of really knowing, but we could be wrong about this. And the reason that I think the original ones right here are real is because of the scar on Simu Liu's ear, where a piercing used to be, or maybe it's something else, but probably a piercing. AI is typically not that detailed. It doesn't catch things, right? Like that. But just overall in general, the detail of these photos is really good. And it doesn't look overly polished. And that's a real important part. Because if we go into some of these other photos of the ones that I believe are fake, like unfortunately the one of Tobey Maguire, it's kind of gritty, but also it looks kind of overly done. Right? It looks amazing. I gotta say, it looks amazing. It really does look amazing. I love it. I want this to be real. It could be, but I don't think it is. I think somebody generated this, and especially this one of Vanessa Kirby, which doesn't really look like her in all honesty. Like this isn't her face. If you really look at it, it's not Vanessa Kirby's face. This is overly polished, right? Yeah, this just isn't it. And if you take a close look at the 4 here, it's kind of off as well. Like, see how it goes off to the side like that? This is like AI. This is AI. But here, this is a different one. Look at the detail of his skin. The detail of Kevin Feige's skin, the detail of who I assume is Robert Downey Jr., his hand, because we have like the short gray hair here and the sunglasses on, or the regular glasses on, which Robert Downey Jr. wears. See, to me, this is real. And we had that other photo of Kevin Feige as well, which I believe is real. So I think there's a base for the real ones. And then people took those and just made AI stuff, right? So it's a weird time. We've never dealt with this before. We didn't deal with this with the other movies, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, any of the previous Avengers movie. It's weird. So I would take everything with a grain of salt, but it goes both ways. Something might look fake, but it might actually be real. We'll have to wait and see till the movie comes out. But if this is real right here, oh, Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom with the scar on his face, I think this actually looks really good. I think it looks really, really good. I want this to be real. I think this might be real. Again, just because of the detailing. I think it might be real. I think it looks really good. On top of that, we do have another look at Doom that apparently shows us the full suit. This right here. And some people have been, kind of comparing the two, saying the scarring in these two pictures seemingly matches on his eyes and his eyebrows, because in this one right here, you can actually see through the eye a little bit, and there's scarring on it, and it apparently matches this one that we have right here, having the scarring there. I want this to be real, and this does look like this Doom image here. It does look like what we've seen before, like the official promo image that Marvel Studios released. This is seemingly exactly the same. You can even tell, like right here, he's got the Captain Marvel star on it, right? And he's got like the chainmail on his arm. The cloak looks the same. And what these photos are mostly going to be used for, I said this in the previous video, but in case you didn't catch it, these are promo photos. They're going to be used for posters. They're going to be used for magazines. Like if we go back to this other photo here, I think this is totally going to be a magazine cover or in some magazine about Avengers Doomsday, because this is clearly Robert Downey Jr. like hugging Kevin Feige. And make no mistake, Kevin Feige is going to be in these. He's usually in the Avengers ones. They do articles about Kevin Feige. They do articles about everybody involved, but he's in there. He does interviews and he poses for photos. And that's exactly what I think this is. This looks very real to me. I believe this is real. I believe the original ones were real. I've got to be honest though, I'm kind of on the fence about the Robert Downey Jr. ones. They look real, I will say that, but you just never know. They look real though. I don't think there's any inconsistencies that would make you spot AI. But again, AI is just so good nowadays, you don't really know. It's really hard to tell. So I think the Vanessa Kirby one is fake. I think the Spider-Man one is fake, but I do really just fully believe that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is going to be in the movie. And recently, actually, we heard a report that his suit is CGI in the movie, but then I think that was from Daniel RPK. But then today, My Time to Shine Hello, she said that the only reason he was in a CGI suit in the beginning was because his new suit wasn't ready yet. So seems like they might have filmed a little bit of CGI suit for Tobey Maguire at first, but then as they completed the suit, he wore that and it wasn't CGI. And I mean, Tom Holland, he's worn mocap and stuff for his suits and stuff, and it's always looked great. So I'm not too worried about it. I am worried about more fake leaks coming out because again, we're in uncharted territory here where we've never dealt with this before. But stuff like this, Robert Downey Jr. with a scar on his face, looks very real and you want it to be real. And especially, the photo of Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, right? This does look like what we've seen before. So maybe this is official from Marvel and it got leaked, or maybe somebody took that other photo and generated this, right? Unclear at this point in time. I will say this probably isn't like real. Like his suit and stuff's probably going to be mocap. And in fact, we've seen a picture of Robert Downey Jr. like behind the scenes wearing mocap stuff. So we know his suit is going to be CGI. So this is obviously like computer generated, but it could be from Marvel. Like some people are like, well, that's not like real material. Of course, no, it's not. I don't think it's going to be real material in the movie. A lot of the scenes, I'm sure they do have actual props made, like the mask and everything like that. But I think a decent amount of it's going to be CGI, just like Iron Man, and sometimes they do like half and half, right? Like a chest piece is real, but then the rest of it's mocap. We'll wait and see on that. But I think this is actually, regardless of if it's fake or real, I actually think this is a pretty decent look at what we're really going to get when the movie comes out. And really what this is all for is for promos. Like we're less than a month away now from the trailer. And once that happens, it's going to just kick off like crazy because we're going to get posters. We're going to get interviews. There are going to be magazine articles about all of the different cast members. It's going to be pretty crazy. And it sounds like they're going to do it in phases as well. Because if the trailer description that we heard is true, then the X-Men aren't going to be in the trailer, which is interesting because they've already announced the X-Men. But I get it. You're building up suspense. And if you have Robert Downey Jr. as Doom doing a lot in one trailer, that's big. That's already enough. And then if you showed Chris Evans returning and Haley Atwell, that's really big as well. Then you can build up to the next one revealing the X-Men. And I think there's probably going to be more X-Men characters than have been announced. I mean, obviously, but I think there's going to be quite a bit more because we're going to visit the X-Mansion. And according to new reports, Magneto has a utopia of mutants. He finally built his utopia. So I think there's going to be a lot of mutants. And I think that's probably why they're not showing us mutants in the first trailer, in the teaser, if that report is true. But regardless, it's all really exciting. That's the funny part, is this very well could be done by Marvel because regardless, it's getting people talking about Avengers Doomsday. Is it real? Is it fake? Yes, it is real. No, it's not real. I've seen a lot of that online. It's funny because like every photo that comes out, there are people that are like, this is 100% real. And then you have people that are like, this is 100% fake. And I think the truth is some, like the Vanessa Kirby one, some are like easily detectable to be fake. but some aren't. Some really aren't. Like, I think this is it's pretty easy to say that this one's fake. It doesn't really look like her. Like, if you look at the face, it doesn't actually look like Vanessa Kirby. The Tobey Maguire one, probably fake. I do believe he's in the movie, but the others, I don't know. They have a lot of detail for the others. And I think the original ones are real. The biggest one I have a question about is Robert Downey Jr.'s scarring. It looks real. I'll say it looks real. We obviously can't know. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know your thoughts. Is it real or not? Oh, it's so hard to tell. So hard to tell. Weird time right now, but it's still exciting. That's the cool part. I still find all of this exciting. And the topic of is it real or is it not is actually quite fun, I think, as well. And regardless, these leaks aren't really revealing anything that we kind of don't know. It is cool to get looks like this of the scarring and Doom's armor and stuff. But we've been hearing reports about Tobey returning, so that doesn't seem, too far-fetched, even though I think that photo's fake. But, Vanessa Kirby, even though I think that's fake, we already know she's going to be in the movie, right? It's not really revealing too much. But the discourse around it is what Marvel wants, which is why I think they really might be the ones who are just maybe pushing these fake ones and real ones, because I believe they're putting real leaks out there on purpose to get the conversation going, to get the hype up. And it's doing a great job. It's doing a great job. Got to give credit to where credit's due. That's what I think's happening. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest news and the discourse around Avengers Doomsday. And you can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Snapchat. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.